Oh my god, this book haul should be entitled Holy Fucking Books. I wasn't going to do a book haul until next week. I had a few books trickle in. I was going to wait until before BEA and then do a BEA book haul. And then in 2 days, I swear you have to like pinch me or wake me up from a dream or something, because it was an unreal kind of book week for me. In 2 days, I received 27 books. 27 from HarperCollins. They just completely poured out books like manna from heaven into my home. And my husband is not happy, but I am. And this book haul should just be entitled HarperCollins Wins the World. But I'm gonna need like 3 of me to read these. So I should probably not even be doing this haul. I should just be reading and reading. And I'm not gonna eat, and I'm not gonna sleep, and I'm not gonna have time for anything. So this was awesome. It was awesome. I'm not going to be able to read all these books, so luckily I have some awesome blogger friends that I can pass them along to so that they will get read and reviewed. But I'm going to make this book haul as fast as I possibly can, which you know is very hard for me because I talk and I talk and I talk and I talk. So let's get started. Good thing I do Pilates. First one is Kiss of Broken Glass. This is written in verse, and it is based on the author's daughter who was Baker acted, which means she was cutting and she got put under mandatory 72-hour care. So, novel in verse. It deals with some fictionalized stories of some characters who are involved in cutting. Jewel by Amy Ewing. This is going to be a big one this year. It is The Selection meets The Handmaid's Tale, and look at that cover and that dress. She basically has to have babies for the Duchess, and she gets thrown into royal life, and glitz and glamour and secrets and bad stuff. Reboot and Rebel. This is a series, and I have not yet read this, but I'm really excited to. Basically, when you die, you come back as a reboot, and you are faster, stronger, very intense, and I've heard good things about this, so can't wait to read the series. Feral by Holly Schindler. It's The Lovely Bones meets Black Swan, which, whoa, a whole lot of psychological thrillerness. I have heard it is ridiculously creepy already. Positive by Paige Rahl. It's actually a nonfiction young adult title. It is about one girl who experienced some awful bullying, and this is her story of how she tried to kill herself, but she lived, and how she got through it. And it sounds really inspirational and a heart-wrenching story because it's real. Don't Touch by Rachel M. Wilson. This is about a girl who has some severe anxiety disorders, and she cannot touch people. That's one of her obsessions. But she wants to be in a school play, and this fear of touching people is really getting in the way of that. But she would have to touch her counterpart, and so she really needs to work through that. The Dolls by Kiki Sullivan. It was pitched as Beautiful Creatures meets Pretty Little Liars, and it is set in the South, and it sounds really fun and dramatic. Anatomy of a Misfit by Andrea Portes. This one said it was reminiscent of Perks of Being a Wallflower, and you'll know how much I love that book. It's about a girl who's super popular, the 3rd most popular girl in school, but she is keeping a secret of how dark and weird she really is, and she cannot let the other girls know. And then a mysterious, nerdy guy who has some really tough things going on at home walks into her world, and it's hard for her not to talk to him even though he is deemed untouchable. Deliverance by C.J. Redwine, which is the 3rd book in the Defiance series, and now I'm going to binge read them all. I've heard this is a series that is so hard to put down, so I cannot wait to read all 3 of them. Far Dawn by Kevin Emerson. This is the 3rd book in the series. I have not read this series, but I gave it to my nephews and they seem to like it. Sanctum by Madeline Ruth. This is the sequel to Asylum, which I heard is insanely creepy, and it's kind of multimedia some creepy pictures and story. This one has pictures from vintage carnivals. How creepy does that sound? Don't Let Go by Michelle Gagnon. This is the final book in the Don't Turn Around trilogy, which is a lot like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, apparently, except young adult. I have heard it is fast-paced and fun. I have not yet read the series. All Lined Up by Cora Carmack. I actually just read this one. I got it before the crazy explosion of books from HarperCollins came. So I have already read this one. It is like Friday Night Lights goes to college, and it was really fun, except no Tim Riggins. Texas Forever. Brazen by Catherine Longshore. I am so excited for this. I got pitched this for review and I said absolutely yes when the publicist said that if you are a fan of Reign, the CW show, that you would love this, and I totally am. So I'm so excited for Tudor goodness. Oh, so excited. Dissonance by Erica O'Rourke. This has been on my radar for a while, so thank you, Simon & Schuster, for sending this to me. Basically, every decision that you make, a parallel world spins off. So if you decide to skip breakfast today, that choice creates a parallel world where your breakfast eating self would have been. So there's like all of these alternate universes. So this sounds so friggin' awesome. And the main character can like go through these alternate universes. How fun does this sound? Say What You Will by Cami McGovern. I am so excited to see this beautiful cover. I got this as an advance copy and the cover was just plain white. So when this came in the mail, I was very excited because look at that cute cover. One of my friends said this is a great book if you liked The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider. I am very excited for this one. But basically, this guy and this girl, they have known each other since elementary school. They aren't friends, and the guy decides to tell her what he thinks of this cheerful facade that she has, and when she catches this whiff of honesty, she realizes she needs somebody like that in her life. And so this friendship relationship begins. Don't really know much about it. I am just super excited for this debut. Falling Into Place by Amy Zhang. This is one of my most anticipated books for 2014 and fall 2014 in general, specifically. I have started reading this right now and I'm already hooked. It's about a girl who decides to kill herself. She's going to drive her Mercedes off the road, and it is told by, as of right now, a mysterious narrator who is watching all this and trying to reveal the story of why she wanted to kill herself. It is so good so far. The next is Undead with Benefits by Jeff Hart. I have not read this series. To be honest, the covers creep me out. Like, I don't know, they're weird. But my nephews have loved this series. They are 13 and 14 for reference. They thought it was really funny. So I cannot wait to give them this one and see what they think. Next one is Push Girl, and it's based on the story of one of the characters in the Sundance Channel's TV show called Push Girls, and it is about a girl adjusting to life in a wheelchair. I'm very interested in this. I really haven't heard much about it, so can't wait to check it out. Great. I have been wanting to read this one. I've had it on my Kindle and I have not yet got to it. It is a modern day Great Gatsby, and I loved The Great Gatsby, so I can't wait. Oh, her and I are kind of matching, except hers looks a lot better. Tease. I have heard some interesting things about this. This is told from the point of view of the bully. And I love novels that are told from characters who are less than sympathetic, who are awful, like Lolita. That was one of the hardest books for me to read because it's from the perspective of a pedophile. It is, ugh! But I love reading books that really challenge the way I think and just are different, and I am very excited to pick this one up soon. Wow, the cover is like blinding me. Blackbird by Anna Carey. It is part of a duology, meaning 2 books. Thank God, because I have way too many series. It is a cat and mouse kind of story about a girl who wakes up in Los Angeles with amnesia, and people are trying to kill her. Echoes of Us by Kat Zhang. This is the conclusion to the Hybrid Chronicles, which, if you just watched my Date with Bookshelf, I just talk about what's left of us. Now I'm gonna binge read the shit out of this trilogy because I have heard it is incredibly fun. Illusions of Fate by Kirsten White. I have never read a Kirsten White book, but I hear they are excellent reads. This is a new series from her. Apparently it is Downtown Abbey meets Cassandra Clare. So wow. Powerless Sea by Sherry Thomas. This is the sequel to The Burning Sky. Get Even by Gretchen McNeil. I have read 10 by Gretchen McNeil, and that took me back to my R.L. Stine, Christopher Pike days. This is about teenagers who are part of a don't get mad society in which they anonymously take revenge on bullies and teachers and people they don't like. The latest target ends up dead, and proof that the don't get mad society exists, and now everybody wants revenge on them. Rites of Passage by Joy Hensley. This book got me because it's said for fans of Trish Dollar, and I am a Trish Dollar fangirl. Seriously, her books, Something Like Normal and Where the Stars Still Shine, amazing books, among my favorites. It's about a girl whose brother died, but not before giving her a final dare. So she ends up joining the first all-girls class at Denmark Military Academy, and she has some sort of attraction to the off-limits sergeant. So finished copy of The One by Kira Cass. Now I officially have all of these books, and they're pretty dresses line my bookshelf. So now I can read this fun series. I hear it is super fun, like reality TV crack kind of stuff. Salvage by Alexandra Duncan. Space! The Taking by Kimberly Durding. I loved Kimberly Durding's first series. It was really fun. She writes really great supernatural stories, and this one sounds like it is going to be awesome as well. And last but not least, Prisoner of Night and Fog. Historical fiction. Munich in the 1930s. I am all over this. And that is the crazy epic book haul that was this past week. Probably not going to have another week like it, so I am basking in the crazy book goodness. And I would love to hear what out of that freaking crazy haul is on your most anticipated list, and which one you may have discovered from this haul that you hadn't heard of before. I would love to know. I think I am most excited for The Jewel and Rites of Passage. Say What You Will. Brazen, obviously, because I lost my shit over that one. And I can't wait to go finish Falling Into Place so I can let you guys know how it is, because so far it is awesome, and it was so hard for me to put down to film this video. So happy reading, guys. I'm going to get to these books and clean up because my husband is giving me the stink eye over there about the ginormous wall of books that has overtaken our couch. Hope you're reading something good, and I will see you after BEA.